Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General Yahanna presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
The other nations of people are the ones that are supposed to be filled with the diseases because they have sex with animals. They don't have rules about who they have sex with. Sex is not marriage to them. They don't have laws about clean and unclean. They don't have laws about a woman being separated while she is on her flower. You understand? Those things are what the Lord gave us to set us apart. They don't have a rule that says you can't have sex with your mother and your father and your sisters and brothers and cousins and your father's uncles and his cousins. They don't have such a rule. And they are supposed to be the example of what not to do. The problem is the Christian church stopped teaching us God's word about how to live. And as a result, the flavor went away. The very soul in the sounds that came out of your face, the music, people from a hole in the wall, a place you couldn't find with a map, made the best music on the planet Earth. Niggas that can't even see, making music with their fingers on keyboards and pianos that they've never seen with their eyes, that you and I would have to look at it to learn how to do it, that they've never been able to see. Yet Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder make worldwide music, never been able to see. Like the Lord truly made us a special people. But once we lose our flavor and we start to become a white man and we start to become an Arab and we start to become an African and we start to become an Asian and an East Indian, now all of that flavor, you smoke it away. All of that power and responsibility. It used to be if you were a black man, by the time you turned 14, 15, 16, that father and those uncles had raised you so well that you was damn near a grown man ready to start your own family at 15, 16 years old. Now, because of the destruction that the Christian church has done by destroying our families, by promoting feminism and alternative lifestyle and saying that Jesus and the woman is married together and the lies that the Christian church promotes, now the children are not prepared to rule. The sons aren't prepared to be in power and authority. They don't understand what it is to be a man. They don't understand how to control their emotions, how to control what they feel versus what they'll do. What is a duty and a responsibility versus what you want to do. You understand? Everybody does what they feel. We were not the people that was led by our feelings because we got rules from our Father in heaven that made us better. Just like if you go to get a top of the line vehicle and you've driven Chevys and Fords your whole life, if you treat a BMW or a Mercedes-Benz the way that you treat the Chevys and Fords you've driven your whole life, you're going to tear your car up. You're going to use the wrong oil, get the wrong tires, put the wrong fluid, go to the wrong mechanics, and you will destroy it. This is what Christ is talking about when he said, you the salt of the earth. You understand? But if we lose our flavor, what is your music now? The music we made, we used to have a party. You go and play our music party all night. Street lights, flashlight. This is how we do it. On the dance floor, every music, Caribbean music, Haitian music, Mexican, bachata, salsa, reggaeton, all of this soul and flavor that we have amongst our people in our music. Not the same sound 1,000 times over like Afro beats. You understand? Not the white man trying to imitate us. We had real soul and flavor into our music. You understand? That we use to get through our hard times. We use to get through our rough times, to mend us together. You understand? That we use to stay together. That we use to love each other. That we use to strengthen the bonds between brothers. That we use to strengthen the bonds between sisters, between the children, between the family. Now our music is just about killing each other. The woman talking about, I got a membership at that place. That's what Glorilla said. She killing babies left and right. Big Lotto said, I'll put up my own 400 before I ever trap you. She said, I'll pay for my own abortion before I ever trap you. Like, we've fallen so far as a people because the Creator lies on Christ. Keep reading, Yaquab.
Salaki, one. Wherewith
Salaki, brother.
No sweat. Go ahead. Wherewith shall it be salted?
He said, where shall we be salted? Oh, how would it be salted? How would the world get its flavor? You understand? How would the world get its flavor? Salaki, bro. I did not see that. Salaki, brother. I did not see. I wasn't even looking at the screen. Okay, Salaki. How will the world get its flavor? You understand? Our music was the music that everybody used to come to life. You understand? So how will the world get its flavor? Our music was so strong. Our spirit was so strong. Our technique was so strong that the other nations could not match us. They couldn't box like us. They couldn't run like us. They didn't train like us. Nobody knew that to be a good golfer and a good tennis player, you had to lift weights. Richard Williams had Venus and Serena lifting weights doing boxing drills. That's why their response time was better than everybody else. All the white women in the world hitting the tennis ball, they lifting weights doing boxing drills, doing footwork drills. That's why they were better than everybody. Tiger Woods defeated everybody. Them white men hitting the golf club. Tiger Woods the only golf player that's lifting weights. You understand? Training like it's athletics. Beating everybody. Nobody could touch us. And that's how the Lord intended for it to be. You understand? This whole idea that God made everybody the same, that's not true. That's a lie. You understand? So keep going, Yagadog. Shalom, Chisha. Keep going, Yagadog.
Is it thenceforth good for nothing?
He said now it's not good for anything. He said it ain't good for anything anymore. That's why DJ Khaled is he the best. Who was the best before? Lil Durk, he in prison. Young Boy, he in prison. Who's the king of R&B? R. Kelly, he in prison. Who's all the hit? Puffy, he in prison. Like the Lord gave us rules on how to conduct ourselves. This is an evil society, and we must understand that we are not supposed to be a part of it, but we have everything we need to make our own, and it will be so much better than anything that can be produced outside of ourselves. The Lord says the kingdom is within you. It's already a part of who we are. We just got to get back to these tools to unlock it, what the Lord was saying, man. All right. Now give me, take me down to what Christ was saying, the first scripture you read.
This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Think not, I am come to destroy the law.
He said, don't think that I come to destroy the law. Why would he say that he did not come to destroy the law? Because the law contains things that are so very critical elements to unlock how we maintain being the salt of the world and the light of the world and the salt of the earth. You understand? Keep going.
Or the prophets.
Or the prophets. The prophets are the ones that told you what was going to happen. They told you the Lord's instructions at that time. Christ is not here so that all of that becomes void, which is what the Christian church teaches. Throw away everything and just now follow Christ, which they don't do, because following Christ, he's saying out of his own mouth, listen, I did not do away with the law or the prophets. I'm just here to do my part. The prophets told I was coming. You understand? Keep going.
I am not come to destroy.
I did not come to put an end, to destroy. Keep going.
But to fulfill.
But I came to fulfill, meaning those prophets and the things contained in the law, those things talked about me. And I'm here to fulfill my portion of the mission. I'm not here to do away with it. You understand? Yaquab, give me what you holding, Baba Kashaf.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Most High thy power.
The Lord said, we are a holy people. This is the law, and this is written of the prophets. This is the instructions that the Lord gave to Moses, which we now know Christ just said, I did not end what the Lord told Moses to tell you. He said, you, us, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are a holy people, a separate people unto the God of the Bible. All the people on the planet are not special to God. Keep going.
The Most High thy power.
The Most High what?
The Most High what? Power.
The Most High thy power. Thy is a possessive pronoun that shows ownership. The God of this Bible is the Lord thy God, the God of this one people who is special to him. You understand? Christ did not make everybody special to God. God already had a special people. Of course, upon hold me Matthew 1 and 21, Baba Kashaf.
Come.
All right.
What's going on, Cap?
Keep going. Yaquab.
Have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Keep reading, Yaquab.
Have chosen thee to
the
be
Lord
a special
chose us to be a special people. Right. He chose us to be special unto himself. He decides who's special. Not me, not you, not the pastor, not Big Mama, not the calendar, not the part of the world. God already chose a people to be special. And Christ did not end the fact that God already chose a people to be special. Christ just here to do his part. That's what he said out of his own mouth in the New Testament that Christian preachers lie on to this day. Keep going.
Above all people.
Equal to what?
Above all people.
God in the Bible said blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are above all people. Where?
That are upon the face of the earth.
All people on the face of the earth. That's the Arabs, the Africans, the East Indians, the Asians, everybody on the planet Earth that is not the people that God chose. They are beneath the children of Israel. They are beneath us. God said this. Keep going.
Verse 7.
That's it on 6,
The
right?
most,
All right, the water. That's
come
it on that. So when Christ says, don't think that I came to do away with the law or the prophets, this statement that the Lord told Moses to say, that has not changed. That's very important to know. Because Paul, give me what you holding, that Matthew 121, please.
Come, sir. The book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son.
That she is talking about Mary. These were the prophecies concerning the birth of Christ. This woman, this sister Mary, is going to have a son. The angel is giving instructions to the father of Christ, who is Joseph. She shall bring forth a son. Keep going.
And thou shalt call his name Jesus.
And the angel even told him, because he's talking to Joseph, what to name his son. It's going to be a boy, and this is what you're going to name him. Joseph has a part to play. Joseph is not just making up a name for his son. Joseph not saying, my son, my choice. Joseph is getting instructions because Joseph has a role to play. You understand? Everybody not just doing their own thing in the Bible. Unlike what the Christian church teaches us. Joseph got instructions. Christ got instructions. Moses got instructions. We have instructions. Keep going.
For he shall save his people from their sins.
Possessive pronoun once again. This son, Jesus, or Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew, meaning God's salvation. He shall save his people from their sins. That's what we need salvation from. You understand? Yaquab told Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. All right. We need salvation from our sins. Keep reading across the Paul, please.
Come. Verse 22. Now, all this was done.
This is the reason why this happened. All this was done is going to explain to you why this happened. Keep going.
That it might be fulfilled, which was spoken of.
No, keep going. Keep going, Salaki.
Come. That it might be fulfilled, which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet.
Right. Christ himself is fulfilling prophecy. That's why before he was born, Joseph got instructions to fulfill the prophecy that God had already told prophets in the Old Testament to say. When Christ stepped on the scene, he said, don't look at me and think I'm doing away with the prophets. I'm here to fulfill my part because God told them to say it, and what the Lord told them still stands. I'm doing my part. I got a specific mission, and they had a specific mission. But don't you think that I negate them altogether, which is the lies that the Christian church teaches that causes us to lose our flavor, our soul, our spirit, our identity, our liveliness as a people. You understand? Keep going.
Saying, verse 23, behold.
This is what the prophets were told to say. Behold, look. Go ahead.
A virgin shall be with child.
A virgin shall be with child, meaning a young woman of marriageable age, virginity. You understand? A man cannot be a virgin. Virginity does not mean a woman who has not had sex. Virginity is a time period in a woman's life, whether she's married or not. You understand? Keep going.
And shall bring forth a son.
Right. Shall bring forth a son. Everybody had a part to play. Joseph had a part to play. Christ had a part to play. The angels had instructions to give. There's a river that flows through the Bible. From Genesis to Revelation, the river does not stop. It does not deviate. It don't break off and pick.
Most High Christ. Shalom, shalom, shalom. What's going on? All the brothers and sisters out there. Shalom. Yahweh Shemel Shakatham to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Alathan Bashemel Shah to all the sisters. This is Priest and Officer 5000 Malak. We are coming at you live here in Kansas City with the Wednesday night law class. Me and the brother in Iowa, the camp leader in Iowa, Officer Kakum Gabar, right, who will join us shortly. Of course, with everything going on, and also clap it up for that breakdown of Captain Natazak Nashah, the camp leader in Virginia, and all the brothers and sisters in VA, where I was raised and where I was born. That was an amazing breakdown. You understand, like always, an amazing class. This is an encouragement for brothers and sisters in other zones. If you're in that zone, check into that class. Everyone understand? If you're in that zone, check into that class or check into any class that you want to check into, right? But make sure you are paying attention to the I.S.U.P.K and what we're doing in these last days. Make sure you're watching us like a hawk, like an eagle, and you're listening with your ears. You're listening. For all of you which have ears, let him hear. For all you brothers and sisters with the understand what we're breaking down in these last days, and pay attention to the signs of the time. Everyone understands. Tonight we're going to come at you with a heavy class about why you should not switch your slave masters, because it's so tempting to in these last days. You want to jump ship and join Iran. I see you. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you want to join the Iranians because you think the Iranians are going to give you something that you have never seen since Egypt, and that's justice. And that thing that you've seen in Egypt, that we saw coming out of Egypt, when the Most High God smote Pharaoh and the firstborn sons of Egypt, that justice only came from God. And this justice will only come from the Most High God. Everyone understand? So we're going to get into it. Go ahead, clap it up. We have the sign-in link down here for both Kansas City and Iowa. Make sure that you're signing in, you're checking in to earn your Hebrew name and all the benefits that come with being in the UPK. That's, of course, to the brothers and sisters who do not have the Hebrew name, who have not done their 90 days. Make sure you enlist. In these last days, you want to be a part of something. And this is something that's always so heavy. Officer Brackyard in Texas, give him a hand. He had shared some post about atheism or something about atheism, white people and atheism. And I put underneath this post, like, in war, I have never seen an atheist. I have never seen someone who didn't believe in something. Everyone understand, who doesn't want to be a part of something. When you study history and you read about the Civil War, you look at not just the Civil War in America, but look at war and military history in general, right? World wars, the wars of Genghis Khan, the Prussian wars, the Ottoman Empire War. When you look at the Franco War, the war against the Barbs in South Africa, the British and the Barbs in South Africa, when you look at all the wars that have ever been fought, including the ones in the Bible, there have been a people who are fighting, a people who are losing, a people who are winning. Both sides believe in something, right? When turmoil and chaos and pestilence and COVID comes, everyone believes in something. So cut that myth of atheism and there is no God. Cut that garbage out. That is something that white men thought of because they believe they're God, until they see Iranian ballistic missiles coming to end their oil reserves in the Middle East, in Saudi Arabia. Then they're getting on the prayer line and asking somebody for something. Everybody believes in something in the last days. And moreover, everyone wants to be a part of something that can protect them in the last days, right? You look at, once again, when you go back and you research history on the Great Depression, or in every society has had some depression. The Germans had it right before the Wehrmacht years. They had a depression where the German dollar went to nothing. America is on the precipice of that now. But during the Great Depression in the 1920s and 30s, there was people who were poor, but most people were poor. Most people were dirt poor, living in squalor, right? Something that you will always see, no matter what period of history, in any culture, in any country. People start to band together. People start to group together. There is a psychology and something called sociology that sociologists study of human behavior and human interaction, where when hard times come, you're going to find your tribe. You ever heard that phrase? Everyone's going to find their tribe when hard times come. Well, let me tell you something, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Hard times are here, and they aren't going anywhere. So if I were you, I would make the wise, natural decision and join with somebody. You're going to join yourself to somebody. You're going to join yourself to the GDs, the Vice Lords, the Christian Church, the Republican Party, the Democratic Party. I would advise every so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian to join their soul to the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General Yahanna, because then you will actually see the benefit of serving God. With that, let me go ahead and bring the brother on. Let me bring Officer Kakamgabar on here. Shalom, mighty man. Yahanna. Go ahead, clap it up for Officer Kakam. You don't have no sound, Kakam. I can't hear you out. I don't hear you, Kakam. I can't hear you, brother.
Shalom, can you hear me?
Damn right, damn right. I can hear you
Can you
now.
hear me now?
Shalom. What's going on?
I'm too wild.
Most High Christ, how you feeling? Is the sister in the room with you?
Khan.
Shalom, sis. Yahweh Shemar Tabashim Al Shah. We got another sister in here checking in as well. Shalom, sis. Yahweh Shemar Tabashim Al Shah. What's going on, Dallas? How everybody feeling out there? I see gas. The oppressor is trying to keep gas prices at a reasonable range, Kakam. Excuse me. Did you see that? Did you see how the OPEC countries and the Brent crude is not the same as the American oil prices? The global prices of oil are a lot higher than the American oil prices because America opened up their oil reserves last week so that they can regulate, they can hypothecate and rehypothecate the value of oil, which is what I have a video that we're about to play, Kakam, and it is poignant to this topic that I'm talking about right now. Like, your oppressor is in control of everything. Here's why it's important to not get lulled to sleep with the Iranians. Because let me tell you what happens, Kakam. People like us, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we need someone over us. Give me, if you could you please give me in the Bible where we chose Saul, we begged Moses, we begged the Most High God to put a king over us. Give me that scripture, Baba Koshai. Right? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the children of Israel, we have a natural urge to want to have a ruler over us. Some man that rules over us, that tells us what to do, that we could listen to and obey. Right? The Lord our God was that king for us. There was no need for an earthly king, a man that's flesh and blood like you and I. There was no need for that because we had the Most High God. But then we asked and we begged Moses. We asked and we begged Joshua. We begged the Lord until we finally got on the Most High's nerve. And he said, since you want a man to rule over you so bad, then this is the man that's going to rule over you. And he gave us Saul. Saul was the first king of Israel. Give me that in the Bible, Oscar. And then I'm going to play this video.
Okay. I know Saul was one. I thought
you kind of cut in and out. Say it again.
Was one too. Salakia.
I can't hear you. I say it again. It's like your video is getting distorted.
For some reason, I know Saul was.
Is there a delay, Kakam? Is there a delay?
I don't know what's going on if you can't hear me.
I can hear you, but your video was distorted and it kind of affected your volume, your sound.
Seems got a delay going on.
Oh yeah, if you don't mind, me? Kakam, do me a favor. Go out and come back in. All right. Just go out, Kakam, and then come back in.
All right.
Right. While he's doing that, we're going to get that scripture. Right. We're going to go to. We're going to get that scripture. All right. we're going to go into the Bible. We're going to read who the first king of Israel was, which was Saul, right? And we begged the Most High God. We asked him for a king, even though the Lord was our king. The Most High God told us that we were supposed to be, he's our king. He's supposed to be our king. And we didn't need an earthly man to rule over us, right? When I say rule over us, I mean as a king. Moses wasn't a king. Moses was a leader. He was a man that the Lord chose to be put in charge over us, but not as a king, not as a monarchy. We beg God for a monarchy. You understand? Moses was our leader. He was a brother who gave us instruction, order, the Lord's laws, our culture. He assisted in that, especially as we came out of Egypt. He was the one who led us out of Egypt. And he is these first 5 books of the Bible, they're called the books of Moses. You understand? But he was not our king. Joshua was not our king. These were men who were the authority in Israel. They are the leaders, right? But they weren't our king. Think about the ranking system of the I.S.U.P.K, the generals, right? A general is not your king. A general is a military rank for a military structure, a militant people. But he's not the commander in chief. And we ask the Lord for a commander in chief, a king that's over everything. That's over everything. Let me bring the brother back in. Okay, could come try it now. Is there still a delay?
Shalom, shalom, Lord Christ. Can you hear me
shalom,
now?
Shalom. I can hear you clear, and I can see you clear too. But is there a delay? Could come? Is there a delay?
Most times first. Slightly, not really.
It's like a 10-second delay. That's like a 10-second delay. There's something off. There's something going on. It's either the internet connection. It's either how you got into the StreamYard or something. But it shouldn't be a delay. You should be able to hear me live, like normal. Like you're listening to me at a delay, like people watching online. It shouldn't be. There's no sweat. I will work it out. We'll work it out. Give me the scripture, could come. Give me Saul. Give me.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you clear. I can hear you and see you perfectly fine, but there's a delay. When I speak to you, it's going to be a delay on the order. And there's going to be a delay from you reading and me telling you to stop.
Right.
You should be able to hear me live.
Yeah, so this is the book of 1 Samuel chapter. Yeah, I feel like I can hear you live, Tom.
Could come. You can't. It's a delay. Even on my end.
I don't know if you can hear me.
It's a delay. It's just a delay. You might try. Could come. Do me a favor. Try to exit out. Go out again. Put the link. Go enter from the link again. Try it one more time. Okay. Try it one more time. All right. While the brother is taking care of that, let's get it. All right. Let's go. And also, Salakia, while we getting that, there's also a video that I want to show you. I saw this the other day. This is ridiculous. And this is going to help understand the mind, the mentality of people, the mentality of, Americans. And when you see this video, you're going to see the mentality of Black people and where we get it from as well. Okay. We're going to show you Saul and how he was the first king of Israel. All right, we're going to get 1 Samuel chapter 8. Okay, could come. You back. Now let's try it out. Is there a delay or can you hear?
No, I can hear you.
Most High Christ. That's how it's supposed to be. It was a delay first. Okay, let's get it. Go to 1 Samuel chapter 8.
Yeah, this is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 8 and verse 1. And it says, and it came to pass when Samuel was old that he made his sons judges over Israel. Now the name of the firstborn was Joel. Matter of fact, we're just going to get to the point.
Yeah, it should be verse 22, Kukan.
And it, okay, or verse, what about verse 20?
Let me hear it.
1 Samuel 8 and 20, that we also may be like all the nations, and that our king may judge us.
Read up a verse above that.
Verse 19. Nevertheless, the people refused to obey the voice of Samuel, and they said, nay, but we will have a king over us.
That is the conclusion of the entire matter, Kukan. We are just a hard-headed people. Now, this is something that I learned as I came into the truth, right? I realized this. I had a realization. If we weren't going to listen to Samuel, what in the hell made us think we would listen to a king?
Right.
You understand? Like, imagine being so spoiled, so stiff-necked, so hard-headed and disobedient that you think you're going to decide what order God is going to establish in our nation. You don't even listen to Samuel. We didn't even listen to Samuel. We didn't listen to the law of the prophets. Why do you think we're in this mess we're in now? Why do you think we went from captivity to captivity to captivity to captivity to slavery through rapes and murder and pillaging? Why do you think we endured that pain? Because we didn't listen to the first brother God put in charge. We complained with Moses. We murmured with Joshua. We complained with Aaron. We complained with Samuel. We complained with Saul. We didn't even listen to Saul. Saul didn't even listen to the Most High God. We have a problem with obeying orders. That's why it's so important, Kukum, as you get flooded with young men in Iowa, like you will be, you better make sure they understand the fundamentals that a man must do what he does not want to do. That is male growing up, young boy turning into a man 101. That should be the first lesson you teach any son. You should not, you stupid women out there as single mothers, you think that a boy needs to be emotionally intelligent, needs to tap into his emotions. No, the first lesson a boy needs to learn is I cannot do what I want to do. That's the duty of man, to know discipline. I want to have sex with this whore, but I can't have sex with this whore. I don't want to listen to this man that's over me. I have to listen to this man that's over me. Women will never understand that. Women, I don't know what it's going to take to come for women to understand that, but women just aren't good in that area. But men must be, because men are the rulers of this nation. Men have to know I have to have control over my body, over my members, over my soul, over my fingers, over everything. I'm in control of myself, not Satan, not the white man, not the Assyrians, not the Babylonians. We have a problem could come with being obedient, with taking orders. Why do you think you fill up the jail cells? Huh? Why do you think black men fill up the jail cells? Because young black boys don't know how to follow instructions. Our people, Latinos and Native Indians alike, we don't know how to follow instructions. We're gifted mentally. We're talented musically. We're talented with entertainment. We're talented. We're gifted with soul. We're the salt of the earth. We're gifted with everything, better than everybody. That's what Captain Nadazak was just talking about when we brought him on, when we had him on class just now before we started. We are the salt of the earth. Right? In addition to being the salt of the earth, we are above all the nations of people that are on the earth. We have something they don't have because we're the chosen people of God. Right. And even though we are gifted with all of that, we still have a problem with being obedient. We still don't listen to anybody. You didn't listen to your mama or your daddy. Your mother told you not to have sex with girls and throw them away. Your mother, here you are honoring your mother on Mother's Day, and she said not to get blowjobs in the backseat of your car by some random girl. You think your mother wants you to have one-night stands? You don't even listen to your own mother. Your daddy, forget about it. He told you not to sell drugs and end up like him. You sold drugs and ended up like him. We have a problem with listening and being obedient. You know what matters to us? Our feelings matter. How we feel about something. F your effing feelings. Feelings are Satan. Who gives a damn about how you feel when your people are being oppressed and murdered and lynched and tortured? And the Epstein files, the people who rule over your people are in the Epstein files. Who in the F cares about what you feel? You do what you don't want to do. You want to get high, don't get high. You want to F white girls, don't F white girls. You better learn to have discipline in these last days. You better learn to listen. You're going to listen to Commanding General Yahanna. That's going to happen. Because let me tell you what the alternative is. The alternative is you getting cancer. The alternative is you getting AIDS. The alternative is suffering, is dying, is evil. That's the alternative. You better learn to listen, or you're going to have to learn the hard way. Isn't that what every brother tells you after they go to prison? They didn't listen to anybody, disobey the law, they get to prison. Guess what you have to do in prison? You have to work. In some prisons, you have to pick cotton, pick corn, and work like a slave. You are literally, legally a slave. Legally a slave in 2026. You didn't want to wake up and work a slavery when you could have, when you were not incarcerated. What happens? You go to prison and now you're not selling dope in prison. There is no women in there. I don't know if you brothers know that or not, but you can't get tail readily in prison, right? You're in there. It's a sausage fest. Hot as hell, cold as hell in the winter, hot as hell in the summer. It's a mess. It's a animal. It's a zoo, and they expect you to get better in there. They expect you to reform yourself in there with other criminals, other murderers, other drug dealers. Guess what you also have to do in there? You got to have a slavery. You got to work a job in jail, getting paid 1 cent an hour. You have to work in there. There's going to be the man that's going to tell you when to get up. There's going to be bells that tells you when the lunch child time is. There's lines that you have to walk across. Guess what happens when you get out of order? There's an alternative of you getting out of order. You suffer. You get tased. You get the rubber bullet. You get beat with the baton. That's what happens. That doesn't have to happen. You blacks and Hispanics understand that we don't have to learn the hard way. Aren't you sick of learning the hard way? You see, we had Samuel in charge of us. We had Joshua in charge of us. We had Moses in charge of us. We didn't listen to any of them. We were hard-headed to every leader that ever set foot over Israel. We were hard-headed. So in our wisdom, what do you think we did, Kakum? Do you think that we examined ourselves and said, you know what, man, we are a bunch of hard-headed niggas, man. We're a bunch of disobedient brothers and sisters. We should listen to the Lord. We did not do that. Read what we asked for instead, Kakum.
Khan, 1 Samuel 8:20. Well, 8:19. Nevertheless, the people refused to obey the voice of Samuel, and they said, nay, but we will have a king over us.
Oh boy, here we go making decisions. This is why democracy is wicked and evil and a sin. Democracy, letting the people decide. The people don't know what to decide because the people are lustful, sinful idiots. You couldn't even read in 1 Samuel 8:19. Here you are demanding a king when you didn't even listen to Samuel. We have a problem with wanting to choose who's in charge of us. You know who's in charge of us? The Most High God. That's who's supposed to be in charge of us, you idiot. That's who's supposed to be in charge of us. God. We didn't need no one else. He was our king. But who did you ask for? A man like you. That's democracy, Kakum. You understand? That's what we wanted. We wanted to have someone that was over us that was like us. An idiot like us that wouldn't obey orders either. Saul didn't obey orders either. Just like you. You know what this reminds me of? Donald Trump. The people who elected and voted for Donald Trump are just like Trump. The people who elected Bill Clinton were just like Bill Clinton. The people who elected George Bush, HW and W, were just like him. Your pastor is just like you. Here you are thinking that this pastor at this church is molesting all these kids. and he's stealing all the money. Guess what would happen if one of his parishioners were the pastor? They would do the same thing. They would molest all the children, touch all the women, and they would also steal all the money. You are like the person that's in charge of you. You need someone that's better than you. It was supposed to be the Lord. Who's better than the Lord? He's the Most High God. He's perfect in all his ways. But that's not that's you can't handle that. So you beg for democracy. You ask the Lord and beg the Lord that we don't want Samuel. We want a king like all the other nations. Keep going, Kakam.
Verse 20. That we also may be like all the nations, and that our king may.
Here we go. Here we go. We want to be like the other nations. That's the problem right there, Kakam. I think I figured it out. We are hard-headed because the other nations are. We're sinful because they are. You see, we ate of the fruit of the tree. Eve ate the fruit of the tree, meaning what? She wanted to be like the other nations God said not to be like. That's our problem. We are envious, which is why that's a sin. Envious of everybody else. The Chinese do this. The white man does this. What does the Bible tell us to do? White people don't go to jail for molesting kids. Look at the Playboy. Look at the Playboy. What's his name? Look at Hugh Hefner. Are you out of your effing mind? So what do you want to get a bunch of 16-year-old, 17-year-old girls together and take pictures of them naked and get away with it? That's our problem. We want to be like everyone else. God said we are supposed to be above everyone else, but we don't act like it, Kakam. We don't act like it. All we've done forever is tried our best to change slave masters. You see, we have no problem with being a slave, but we do have a problem with someone telling us what to do. That's a problem. That's an issue. That's an issue. And Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, we need to stop that issue. We need to put that to nip it in the bud. Stop trying to change your slave master. Stop asking for a new king and accept who God gives you. That's what you learn to do. Why do you learn to do it? What teaches you that? Discipline. I don't care if you like Commander General Yahanna. You're going to listen to him. Who cares what you like? You do what you're told. Because when you go to prison, do you like those prison guards? Do you like the guard that watches you at your ass when you're in the shower? You had to bend over and cough. Did you like him? No, you didn't like him, but guess what you did? You learned to listen. Let me tell you something, brother. You're going to listen to Commander General Yahanna too. Who cares what you like? All so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, he's in charge of you by the Lord. Regardless of what you feel about the UPK, how you feel about him, he's your better, and he's over you, and he's your leader. So what are you going to do? You're going to listen to him, because the alternative is fire and brimstone. Keep going, Kakam.
Verse 21. Well, the end of verse 20. And that our king may judge us and go out before us and fight our battles. Verse 21. And Samuel heard all the words of the people, and it rehearsed them in the ears of the Most High. Verse 22. And the Most High said to Samuel, hearken unto their voice, and make them a king. And Samuel said unto the men of Israel, go ye every man unto his city.
Yeah, this is the problem here, Kakam. Give me, is Israel spoiled? Is Israel a homeborn slave? And while you're getting that, I'm going to play this video. Here's the problem. You know what the ultimate problem with this democratic thinking is? We're going to select who we want. We want this. We want this. You know what's so evil about that? You know what's evil about thinking that you're in control? Is you think that you're in control. That's what's so evil about that. Like whenever you, and this is, I'm going to play this video and it's going to make it so apropos to you. Listen to what this white woman says. And remember, she's a white woman, MAGA, voted for Trump, loves Trump, will let Trump grab her by the vagina. Remember that about her, right? Watch her talk. Listen to her talk. Watch her.
You see the coffin come back of the gentleman and his family running up. that's shrouded in the American flag, you know that is not worth just a cup of coffee. Like, when is Washington, D.C. going to wake up, I think is my argument. My argument is not with Scott Jennings. My argument is with people in Washington, D.C.
I'm in
Lydia, hold
Washington.
on, let me let Lydia
I'm
have a
very
word,
aware
please.
of the horrendousness of this excursion.
Go ahead.
I just want to point out that there is a vast trove of reporting over the last few years saying that the president shouldn't be responsible for gas prices. When Biden was in,
That's her name. Her name is Lydia Moynihan, and she would let Trump grab her by the vagina, right? Listen to what she says. This is, of course, if I may, let me give you a synopsis. This is about the economic decline of America because America is in World War III with Iran, with everybody. America's at war with South America right now. At the same time that Iran bombed, Qatar, America went into, Peru, Venezuela, Cuba, cut the lights off of Cuba. They invaded Peru or something. They're at war with everybody. This devil Trump is the perfect president for ushering in Christ because he's doing everything he needs to do. I mean, he's at war with everybody. And because the world is at war, and because everything is terrible in America, and because Trump, who is a PDF file, is in the Epstein files, because he rules over you and he's your president, the economic decline is here in America. Did you know that could come? Did you know the dollar is falling, brother? I know you know you and the truth. The dollar is falling now, and oil is going up because of the idiot that's in office, and because of that idiot he calls his Secretary of War decided to attack Iran 3 weeks ago. Now the oil is gone. Not gone, but it's dying because they're bombing all of the oil refineries. They're bombing the desalination plants in the Middle East. The Middle East, like Commander Yahanna said Monday night, they're on the verge of going back to the Stone Age. And if that happens, the American dollar is going to collapse because it's backed by oil. That's the only thing backing the American dollar, if you didn't know. Well, listen to what she says. This is what she said.
office, CNN reported Americans blamed Biden for record prices at the pump. Biden had relatively little control over the prices set primarily by global markets in 2025. The media tries to say that the president has anything to do with the gas price.
Did President Trump initiate this particular conflict?
But look, Trump and Bibi together.
Look, the answer conflict.
It depends who you ask. It depends who you ask.
Who initiated this particular conflict?
But look,
Ukraine, everyone was happy to blame Putin. Why can't we blame Iran?
Hold on, guys.
Because we attacked them.
We decided that despite the risk of increased gas prices, we were going.
President talking.
Brother. Let me tell you,
shoes and all of it.
For time, I don't know. I gotta find the exact point to come, brother. Let me tell you what she said. She said at the beginning of that segment, Lydia Moynihan, she said, I don't agree with the administration's decision to invade Iran. She said, I would like them to be a little more clear with their, what word did she use? Intention. She said, I would like for this administration to be a little more clear about their intentions. And you know why she said that? She said that in response to this brother right here. This brother here, his name is Bakari Sellers, who is a hard Democrat, a far left Democrat. And he made the point, he said, outside of this CNN panel, when you go out into the real world and you talk to people, he said, when you talk to real people outside of the CNN panel, he said, my barber, I talked to him, and people, the regular American citizens they're hurt. Their pockets are hurt. And that devil Lydia Moynihan in response said, well, she said, I do agree. I do want more clarification on the intentions of this administration. Brother, you know the first thing I thought about? Who asked her, Rock? Does she think that Donald Trump cares what she wants? This is what I would love when we go out and do these interviews. I'm gonna do them down at the Passover in Houston. I want to ask some good white Texas farmers in Texas some of these interview questions next week. I want to ask white people this: do you think what you want matters to Donald Trump? That's something I really want to know, because white men throughout the years, poor white trash, they've had this thought this ignorant idea that America actually gives a damn about what they want. Was Trump not going to invade Iran if his base, if his supporters, if his constituents didn't want it? Would he not have done it?
Nah.
Say, whoa. What was the answer?
Hold on, say that one more time.
If Donald Trump's constituents, if his supporters said, no, Trump, no, King Trump, we don't want you to invade Iran, don't do it. Would Trump not have invaded Iran if his supporters and his constituents didn't want him to?
No, I mean, that's what happened. Most people really didn't want the war. You know what I mean? So
hold on, say it again, Come. Most people didn't want the war?
Come.
And did he do it anyway?
Right.
Give the brother a hand. We got to change the brother's name to the Trooper. This is Trooper Call here in Kansas City. Give him a hand. Brother Bad, you know what I mean? He done his time. He's a trooper down in Israelite School UPK. Congratulations, Trooper. Listen, now he said it right. He would have did it anyway. Do you think men with power care about a peasant like you and I? Do you think that matters to them what you think?
Right.
And you see, this is the demon that the average American citizen, especially poor white people, think. They have this demon on them to thinking, well, what I want matters. What I think matters. Who I am matters. None of it matters to rich white men. They don't care about how much you're hurting. I am the bar soldier. They don't care about how much you're hurting. They don't care about how poor you are. They don't care about any of that. They're going to go in this war. They're going to make the gas prices go up so they can get richer. So Elon Musk and their friends and cronies can get richer. And you're going to starve to death. You won't get health care. They just asked Congress for $200 billion in over the course of a few weeks. Do you understand? $200 billion over the course of a couple of weeks. You know how much the Iraq and Afghanistan war was? $895 billion for 22 years. They've asked for a quarter of that in 2 weeks. Where's your health care, white people? You're starving to death. Why are the food prices coming down? Because what you want doesn't matter. What you want doesn't matter. That's what you got to understand about life. What you want and your feelings and what you think, it doesn't matter. Here's what matters. Who's in charge? That's something I learned as I came into the truth under Commander Yahanna. What you want doesn't matter. Kakum, what matters is who's in charge. So what does that mean you have to do then, Kakum? You have to be in charge. And then what you want will matter. Do you understand that? Does that make sense, or am I losing y'all? You see, we in the Bible thought, well, we want a king. Why did we want a king? It's in the Bible. Why do we want a king?
Yeah.
Because all the other nations had a king. What did the Lord do? He gave us a king, a fleshly king, a man. He was yet but a man, Saul. He was our first king. Was Saul any better than us? Did Saul, let me ask you this, did Saul look out for the best interests of our people? Yes or no?
Wow.
So what in the F difference does it make? Why do you care who's in charge? You don't want to be in charge. Why do you care? Why do you think that that people who will rule this place have to care what you want? They're going to make their decision anyway. You think some little white woman, Lydia Moynihan from New York, do you think Trump cares? Oh, I wonder what Lydia Moynihan would do. Is that what y'all think Commander Yahanna does? Is that what you think men in power do? You think they sit and think about peasants like you and I? You think they sit around, well, what would Officer Kakum Gabar do in this situation? What would Officer Malak? They're going to war with Iran. That's what they're doing. They don't care what you think or what you want, or if gas prices are going to hit $10 a gallon. They're doing it because they have the power to do it. So what should you be doing? What should you be doing? Should you be wanting to? Now, let me show you this video, Kakum. And then after that, I'm going to have you read the scripture. Let me show y'all this video. Let me show you this video here. This video has the tribe of Judah, brother, in a goddamn frenzy.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base
Check
44,
this video out.
a complete AI creation platform.
And Iran State TV has posted, the Iran State Television has posted an AI video titled One Vengeance for All, targeting US symbolism. Iran's state broadcaster, Islamic Republic of Iran Broadcasting, the IRIB, has released a 53-second AI-generated video titled One Vengeance for All. Montage Vengeance for All. It ends with a missile destroying the Statue of Liberty. So clear message seems to be coming. So clearly, this video, which is saying One Vengeance for...
I think I got the video without that...
Yeah, brother, please let me see that video without all that goddamn Elamite yapping. That Elamite, I can't stand the way Elamites talk. And one thing to do it, I just can't stand all that, brother. In the kingdom of heaven, brother, let me tell you something. I posted on Sister Pie Live's post today on Facebook, brother. They have some type of Karen retreat on Tubi, resurrecting Karen, correcting Karen, some garbage. That some black woman, an East Indian woman, is trying to check white women who are Karens. Let me tell you, brother, all that is for show, right? But I will say this. I commented and said, in the kingdom of heaven, damn right, mighty man, damn right. In the kingdom of heaven could come, white women are not going to be allowed to cry. And East Indians are not going to be allowed to talk. Not on my plantation. I don't give a damn what y'all doing on y'all's plantation, but on my, in the kingdom of heaven, on my plantation, brother, white women will not be allowed to cry. If I sell their babies to another plantation, they won't shed a tear. They're not allowed to. Like our grandmothers weren't allowed to. These East Indians ain't gonna be allowed to talk either, could come. I can't do all that. I can't do all that garbage out. Those snake charmers in India and Pakistan, how do you brothers marry something that talks like that? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. But let's get the video out. I don't want to hear all that Elamite yapping. Let me see the video. This has Judites in an uproar. Play that video, Kakam. Listen, now give Iran a hand.
Damn right.
Brother, that was beautiful. I don't see anything wrong with it. That Tower of Babel as the Statue of Liberty is so spiritual. I think that was a beautiful, beautiful video for the people of Iran to join together so they can do whatever they need to do to try to defeat this beast. Now we know, because we're in the truth, that no one is going to defeat the white man by themselves. Christ is going to defeat everybody. And the 200 million angels with our King Christ. But it was beautiful. And did you see at the beginning how they used the Native American Indian Gad, right? Chief Joseph, Red Cloud, Sitting Bull. That was beautiful. I didn't see anything wrong with it. That was absolutely amazing. But this is what black people are going to do, and Gadites and Latinos. Iranians are going to come up with something for Issachar too. Just I'm telling you now. This is what they're doing, blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. They want you to join their side. That's what the Russians did during the Reconstruction era. That's what the Germans did. Did you know that Russia and Germany were two countries in Europe that tried to get black slaves at the end of slavery to come to their country to build up their country? You can look this up. There are Judites in Russia and there are Judites in Germany. Why? Because their forefathers came from Georgia and Mississippi and Alabama. And there was a push for the Russians and the Germans to bring the same working slave class that built America to build up Russia and to build up Germany. And so what did they do? They tried to use propaganda to make you think that they give a damn about you. Let me tell you, blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians something. Germany doesn't care about you. The Russians didn't care about you. And that's also to the Black Panther Party. The Russians used the Black Panthers to push communist propaganda. They did the same thing with SNCC and CORE and the SCLC with Dr. King. The Russians don't care about you. The Germans don't care about you. The Portuguese, the Spaniards, the white man in America, or the Arabs in Iran. They don't give a damn about you. Does that make it clear enough, Kakam? I don't care how much propaganda videos come out. The only people that care about you is the Most High God, the God of Israel. That's it. Commanding General Yahanna, he cares about you. That's what, excuse me, that's where your loyalty should go to, is Commanding General Yahanna in the Israelite School of UPK. We care about one another, but other races of people don't care about you. God does. Commanding General Yahanna does. So instead of trying to trade slave masters from the white European to the Iranians, what you should do is you should obey the king that have been over us since the beginning, who is the Most High God. That's who you should obey. Stop trying to trade slave masters and make videos that make the Iranians seem like they love Chief Joseph, like the Iranians love Red Cloud and the Gadites on the reservations. If the Iranians love the Native Indians so much, how come they haven't freed them off the reservation? If they love me so much, why didn't they drop bombs on America for Trayvon Martin and for Emmett Till and for Reese Taylor and for our grandparents? Why didn't they? Because they don't give a damn about you, just like no other race cares about you. Let me give you a prophecy. This ain't even a prophecy. This is just because I read history. In about a few minutes, China is going to be in war with America too. And they're also going to make some propaganda video. And you're going to hear Chinese foreign ministers talk about the love for black people and how black people this and black people are oppressed. Adolf Hitler did the same thing. There was a black man from Georgia who was in college, went to Germany and interviewed Hitler. Do you know what Hitler said to him? He asked Hitler, what's your stance on black people? Hitler told his brother to his face from the tribe of Judah, he said, I don't hate black people. I don't hate black Americans. I pity you poor devils because you've been oppressed. Brother Adolf Hitler commits 2 years later to start slaughtering black people in Germany. You see that 6 million number of the Holocaust? That didn't just include the Jewish people in Germany. That included gypsies, that included Africans, and that included Negroes. That was in Germany. You think Hitler gave a damn about the tribe of Judah and the chosen people of God? They don't. They want to use you the way every other nation has used us to build their empire to be the best empire the world has ever seen. Don't get lulled to sleep by the talk of people's loyalty to our race. Here's the only people loyal to your race, the I.S.U.P.K, the God of the Bible. That's it. All these other races, F them. They don't care about you. They don't care about our people. They don't care about Raza. They don't care about Boricua. They don't care about Gad. They don't care about the Benjamites. They care about themselves. Let them destroy themselves and go to war with each other. What we should do is we should obey our God. We should obey our King Christ, who really died for us, who did sacrifice for Trayvon Martin, who does give a damn about our slave grandparents, who does care about Issachar and Raza, who does care about the Gadites and Chief Joseph and Sitting Bull. That's who we should follow, not any other race. Give me the scripture you got to come so we can finish it off.
Khan, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, and verse 14.
Here you go, trading slave masters. Didn't we do this already with the Nation of Islam could come in the 60s and the 70s? Didn't we already join ourselves to the Arabs with Malcolm X? Ain't that what Malcolm X did? Ain't that what Farrakhan has done for 80 years? What have the Arabs given us in return? They've given you no oil money. You go to prison, do time, come out Arab Muslim. They don't do anything for the recidivism rate in Philadelphia and St. Louis and Chicago. Little Dirk's a Muslim now. What is Arab Islam? What are the Muslims in Iran going to do to save one of their people? What are they going to do to save you, Dirk? Nothing, because they don't give a damn about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Stop trying to trade slave masters. You did it with white Jesus in slavery. You got out of slavery, and in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, you did it with Allah. Now we're all Muslim. Then you did it with the Africans' gods. The Africans still ain't apologized for slavery. They still ain't apologized for trading us into the hands of the white man. Still haven't done it. When are you going to stop trading religions, trading slave masters, and finally be the one in charge? Isn't that what you really want? Don't you want power? Don't you want to be the one who gets a chance to make a decision for once? Why do you always have to be the one begging for a master? You could be the slave master, black man. You could be the slave master, Hispanic and Native Indian man. You could do it for Chief Joseph. You could do it for Red Cloud. You could do it for, what was his name in Virginia? Nat Turner. You could do it for Denmark Vesey. You brothers from the tribe of Levi, the Haitians, be a slave master for Bookman Dada and Toussaint Overture in Haiti. Do it for them. Stop begging for the new slave master to be over you. It's time for us to be the new slave masters. Read what you got, Kakam.
Honorable Khan, Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave?
The Lord had to ask. Oh, Salaki, go ahead and finish it off, Kakam. I'm sorry.
Why is he spoiled? That's that on that.
Brother, I got a gray hair. Oh my God, Kakam, I got a gray and a beard that I barely have. What's going on, now? Brother, Christ has to come back soon. I can't get that old in this kingdom where I got grays. I don't want to be old like y'all. No, let me say that's Salaki. I don't want grays in my goddamn beard. I'm still a young man. Jesus Christ, don't let me get old in this kingdom, brother. I'm going to start sounding like General Hyman. You kids and that hip hop, I don't want to get that old in this kingdom. Like, I want Christ to come back. No, I'm just messing around now. But seriously, brother, the Most High God, Salakia, the Most High God asked the question, are we servants? Are we homeborn slaves, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? Why does he ask that question? Because we're so comfortable in a position of subjection. We're so comfortable with having to be Arab and serving the Arabs. We're comfortable, with serving the Catholics and the Spaniards. We're comfortable with serving white Jesus. When are we going to be the slave master? My God. Why do you have to always be a slave, blacks and Hispanics? Because you're kind, that means you have to be a slave? Brother, our kindness is the reason why we should be the master. It's the reason we're supposed to rule. Our kindness and our wit, our genius. It's the reason we're supposed to rule, not because the kindness doesn't mean we're the ones who have to be ruled over. Our kindness and our hospitality and our civility is the reason why we're supposed to rule the earth. You see how the earth is being run now? Because wicked, evil men are in charge. Brother, imagine righteous brothers and sisters in charge. Imagine righteous blacks, Hispanics. Imagine the black woman is the chief nurse on the shift and the chief OBGYN. I guarantee babies ain't going to be dying then. There won't be no black babies getting their bones broken at a Virginia hospital then. You put us in charge, with our kindness and our civility. Brother, we are going to run a beautiful world. We're going to have a beautiful earth. The earth won't be extinct the bees and black bears and whales going extinct. Why? Because men who are unfit are in charge. Men who are unkind and who are cruel are in charge. Imagine imagine a people that are kind and loving and hospitable and welcoming. Imagine that people being in charge. It's coming. It's coming. But first, you got to want to be the master. You got to stop getting high and sinning like a peasant slave would. It's time you get some discipline and you get in charge. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take you ruling over yourself, and then we'll be in charge, man. Then we'll be in charge. The brother said that reminds him of Isaiah 31:1. What's Isaiah 31:1? What's that? Trooper call. What's that? Isaiah 31:1. What's that scripture?
Let me get it.
Let me see. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. Yes, that's a good one, brother. Look at you, Ak. Damn right, brother. Damn right, soldier. Yes, Ak. That's what we want to be, is slaves to Egypt, slaves to Assyria, slaves to Babylon, slaves to Arabs, slaves to the white man. F that, Ak. I'm tired of being a slave. I'm tired of being, you see, I'm getting grays in the beard I barely have. It's time for us to rule. I want a glorious beard. I think I'm gonna get a glorious beard in the kingdom of heaven. Could come. I'm gonna get one like a Kunga bar. I'm gonna have a glorious beard like a Kunga bar in the kingdom of heaven. I'm gonna have the baddest wives. I'm gonna have 15 Mariams. I'm gonna have 1,500 kids on a plantation of however big I want my plantation. And I'm gonna have slaves, brother, and they won't be allowed to cry. If you want that, you're gonna have to give up sin and learn to control yourself. And you know what else you got to learn to do, Kukum? You know what else we got to stop doing? We have to stop wanting other people to be in charge of us. We got to be the ones that are in charge. And with that, I pass the class over to Priest and Officer Kukum.
Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, this is the ISUPK security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. A rule for new brother and sister: when a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. And if they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. And after that 6 months period, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to that brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. And after that 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, pay your tithes. That's a commandment. You can find that in the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and 21. The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. That means a tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'asharah. That's 10% of every penny of increase that the Most High gives you. You could give that to the Treasury Department or to the teacher. A priest fund or a free will offering for a priest is however much you would like. That's not mandatory. In the upcoming Holy Convocation, we got the Lord's 57th annual Passover.
That's right.
Man, that's next week, ain't it?
Yes, it is, brother. I can't wait to get down to H-Time. I can't wait to get down to H-Time. With that whole what Mana Leo, she got that song, putting you down, putting you on, brother. I can't wait to get down to Houston. Houston, brother. I can't wait to get down there to see all the brothers and sisters for the Lord's 57th annual Passover. You better be careful, like it might be our last. Lord might be the last.
Lord willing.
Ooh-wee, brother. Y'all show up and show out to the 57th annual Passover. Be on your best behavior, or else you will get kicked out of there. All Blacks, Latinos, Native Indians welcome. If you are not one of them, you are not welcome. Come down to H-Time. Houston. Let's go. Go ahead, Kukum. Salakia.
No, Salakia, Shalom Nahar want to say something. Go ahead.
Please,
Salakia, sir. We saw your skit about kicking people out. So yeah, we know you ready to kick people out.
Most High Christ, sis. They're all right. Give her a hand. Listen, we serious about that too now. We serious about that. You better, everybody gonna be on their best behavior. Our General Muhammad said, if you have issues, you don't have them at the Passover. If you got mental illness, you don't have them at the Passover. What did I say in the skit, sis? Perfection. We will be perfect in every aspect of the Passover. You drop a pass, you run a mile. You fumble my football, I will break my foot off in your John Brown hind parts, and then you will run a mile. You will be getting kicked out at the Lord's 57th annual Passover if you're not on your best behavior. Everyone understand it's going to be full of love and brotherhood and sisterhood and kindness. It's just going to be an amazing time. An amazing time. It is an order. It's a law for us to all make that pilgrimage. I leave Monday. I'm getting there. I'm going to be there the whole week. I'm making every event. Lord allow. I'll be there for the slaughter. It's the slaughter of the lamb. Then it's the kids' party. Then you have General Muhammad's class. You got the all-black party. You got the big day, the Lord's Passover. Then the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And then we all going back home. But enjoy this brotherhood and sisterhood because this earth is ending. And this may be the last Passover. Who knows?
That's right.
It may be the last one could come. Maybe the last one. And then we hear the trumpet sound. And before you know it, all the nations are going into the valley of Jehoshaphat. You better be there at this Passover. I wouldn't want to be left out. I don't give a damn how me and my family got to get there. If I got to walk with them on my back, we're going to the Lord's Passover. Everyone understand? Right. Let's get it out. Damn right out.
Yeah, with that, any brother wants to come into the school, man, be a trooper, you need to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, war scarf, and headbands. And with that, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel, Amadim, which means to stand. Amadim Shabbat, Amadim Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh. Yahweh hands down. Sar means to turn. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Amadim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim Barak, Yahweh Shema, Alatham Ba'ashem Yahweh.
Yahweh Shema, Alatham Ba'ashem Yahweh.
Yahweh Matah classes.
All right, mighty man. Shalom to you and the sister. You and the sisters. Y'all. Right. Shalom. I'll see y'all, Lord allowed, next week at the Lord's 57th annual Passover.
Right.
Oh, Israel. Damn right. Shalom.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under commanding General Yahanna presents the Lord's 57th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.